right. Welcome everyone back to Inner Strength Check, and this is a pretty privileged punk podcast opportunity. I am joined here with
Privileged Punk Podcast. Um,
I didn't have any dad jokes, so I
we
thought
need a
I'd just
fourth
lead with some
P. We need a
alliteration.
fourth P word.
And
The
I'm joined
Privileged
by
Punk Podcast proposition.
that's pretty profound punk podcasting pondering. Here to join me with profound podcast punk ponderances is none other than Bill Stevenson, long running drummer of punk rock royalty, the Descendents, who are descending down to Australia, down under, for the 30th anniversary of Everything Sucks. Bill, how are you, my man? Apart from being absolutely hammered with us journos asking you similar questions over and over again ad nauseum.
Oh no. The good ones don't ask the same questions over and over, and they know, that nobody wants that. What bands influence you? What's your favorite color? Like, yeah, but no, I like it. I mean, generally speaking, I enjoy talking about music with
Mm.
they're music enthusiasts, so it's usually a really good time.
I mean,
Yeah, like I
you're looking pretty chilled out at the moment, mate. Like you're looking pretty
well, I have
comfortable.
what you can't see is I'm in my comfy chair and I have it reclined and my feet are out like I'm completely comfy. It's
Oh,
awesome.
hell yeah, hell yeah. And
Yes.
how's that for going against the archetype of punks? I'm sure people are expecting you, people are expecting you to be in a squat somewhere
They
with like
want me
rip
on the
jams and
they want me on the scabies infested floor still at age 62. Yeah.
yeah,
I mean, I
yeah.
did enough of that. I think whatever the per capita fair share of all that gross stuff is, I already had it all. Yeah, I don't need
Yeah,
more.
yeah.
I'm cool.
I think you've earned your stripes for a bit of comfort, but you're sort of getting out of your comfort zone. Well, not really, but out of your comfort zone enough for an Australian tour. Which it's interesting, Bill. I was reading a couple of press interviews you did late last year, and people were asking, oh, Everything Sucks is coming up soon, 30th anniversary of that album, landmark album. And I think the response from yourself and Milo in interviews at the time was like, oh, we don't really know. We might do a tour on it, but it seems like you've
Yeah, but
pulled the
that's
trick.
that's um that's completely the truth and consistent. So
Mm,
this tour, this is just us going on tour.
mm,
In the fine print of the tour agreement, it mentioned that we were going to play all the songs off of Everything Sucks. But I did not plan it that way. And I did not know it was going to be that way until I started seeing the Australian shows being advertised that way. I'm
oh
not
wow.
saying tricked us into doing it, but I'm saying to me, playing your whole album, some album, that's like jumping the shark. Like, I would never do that of my own volition. But yeah, no, we're doing it. It's fun. I
Mm,
mean, I don't want to really play them in that same order, but I mean, plus
mm,
it's only half of a set. Like
mm.
that album's like 29 minutes and 50 seconds. We
Yeah.
usually for an hour and 15 minutes. So it's like, yeah, we'll play those songs, but we're gonna play a shit ton of other ones too.
Yeah, hell yeah, hell yeah. And I bet
Yeah, well,
everyone's looking forward to that.
I tend to not. It's funny, Milo said the same thing. I tend to not like look backwards or celebrate things. I just try to full steam ahead. Like, what's
Mm,
next? No, what's
mm.
next? What's your favorite Descendants album? The next one, you know, that kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Um,
good. I mean, Everything Sucks has got a lot of really good songs on it, and so it's been fun. And it was long enough ago that I was half my age. So there's a few songs that are proven to be technically very challenging, and I always
mm,
like that. We start practicing the song, and I'm like, I can't play it. I can't
mm,
play it. Practice
mm,
more. That's always really fun.
mm.
There's a couple that are really kicking my ass that way, and so it's fun.
Is there any, are we getting any hints on which ones are kicking your
I
ass or you're
lost
leaving
my
that?
voice.
Yeah.
Wait, do I have your voice?
Or are there any
I
specific
mean, do
ones
you
that
hear
have
me?
been really challenging you, like in practicing, like warming up for it, or?
Yeah. The two that are working me over is This Place Sucks, because those are my normal eighth notes and
Mm,
16th notes,
mm,
or and but it's at 218 beats a minute. Um, and a
yeah.
couple spots it's at 220 beats a minute. Whereas like say my edge or suburban home, those are more like closer to 200 beats a minute.
Mm, mm.
So it's 10% faster. I already have a hard time with my edge. So I'm really working on it. I even have a I'm working even with a practice pad. For me to
Yeah.
work with a practice pad, I'm really putting in the work.
How does
But
that
yeah,
feel
we
to
played
be?
60 songs this morning at practice. We
Wow.
practiced 4 songs because there's 9 from Everything Sucks that we haven't that have not been in our repertoire. 9 of them. So
Mm,
we've been singing those 9 kind of repetitiously,
yeah.
plus all ones. So today we did 64 songs. Yeah, that's two
Wow.
full sets, 2 full shows worth plus encore. Yeah, it was great.
How do you,
We're working hard.
how does it feel to be, I guess,
How
this?
I solved most of my problems is
Mm.
work harder, drink a little more coffee.
Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. I'm right there with you.
It's
Um,
going to be fun. It's fun to just dig out that many songs out of the woodworks. Plus,
yeah.
these albums, they're all little time markers of our lives.
Mm,
Uh, so usually, let's just say we between Descendants and all of it, like I've played on an album like roughly every couple years
yeah.
for my life. And so these when you're playing these songs, you're thinking about what was I doing then? Like what kind
Mm,
did I have the Ford Explorer then, or did I have my van, or who was I dating, or what was my favorite pair of shoes then, or like where were we practicing? All these memories come up, and
mm,
especially on the last album we did, Ninth and Walnut.
mm.
Those are our very first songs. I'm
Very
saying before
deep
Milo goes,
cuts. Yeah.
yeah, those were our very first songs. And so when we recorded those songs in 2002, and then we did the vocals and mixed them, a couple of years ago, that was just like Memory City because
Yeah.
we were little kids when we wrote those songs.
Yeah.
So it's fun. It's fun that because we don't really make up sort of stories in songs. All of our songs are kind of based on our own life experiences. So
Mm.
if you play 2 or 3 songs off of 15 albums, you're covering a big part of your lifetime, sort of. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Has it brought up in rehearsing, like has the rehearsal process brought up a lot of those memories for you and like for you guys, like just revisiting those tracks and getting them fresh on the fresh on kind of the brain and in the muscles for like as
Yeah,
part of
because
like practicing.
to get the muscle memory and the mentality right, you almost
Mm.
have to get back into that headspace
Yeah.
a little
Yeah.
bit. And yeah, it's cool. It's a cool thing.
Mm. Has it felt sort of besides like the physical aspect of playing it, has it felt difficult at all trying to go back to those songs, or it's just been actually more of a kind of a welcome feeling for you, or like how's it sort of felt
Did
like
you
just
say
step
did you say mentally, emotionally, physically? I did. I'm sorry.
yeah,
Which
well, all three really, in terms of how you felt around like jumping back into that space. Has it been sort of mixed feelings? Has it been like more nostalgic, kind of warm fuzzies? Like what's the feeling been like for you?
they're just time capsules. I mean, every live show is like that because our
Mm,
a Descendants live show, we're playing songs that we wrote when we were 15
mm,
and
mm,
we wrote 5 years ago, and
mm.
everything in between. So it's always like that. It's like Bill Stevenson, this is your life. You ever seen? Have you seen that movie called De Lovely? It's about Cole Porter.
Oh God, I think like forever ago. Yeah,
It's
vaguely. Yeah.
it's my all-time favorite movie, and Cole
Mm,
Porter's my all-time favorite songwriter. And that movie is kind of written from the. It's just scene to scene
mm.
of like one of his songs, and so you you see his whole life in song. It's so cool, and that's kind of how it is. Especially if we're doing all shows and Descendants shows, like then that's like the whole 46 years, the
Yeah.
whole thing, all of it. Yeah.
Wow. It's so much has changed. I think, like, I'm even thinking, Bill, just like even between, say, the release of like, even say Hypercapnium Spasmate, and now, like, in terms of like the touring circuit and COVID and all that sort of stuff. How's it felt coming back into touring in this like post lockdown world? You know, after we had our whole moment being stuck inside. Have you noticed that things have been different on the live front in terms of venues or just the
Are
process
we
of touring? Or
are we still post COVID or post lockdown, or are we actually pre lockdown? Because there's
well,
a new thing
that
going
is a
around.
good question, isn't it?
There's a
Because
new
we
thing
haven't
going around.
really,
You know
yeah,
about
no
it,
one.
right?
Oh man,
Yeah.
that's a
So
whole rabbit hole.
maybe we're pre and post lockdown.
Yeah.
But yeah, but I mean, like, first of all, lockdown just wasn't a thing for me personally because,
Mm,
like, I don't hang out much. Like,
mm.
I'm cool. I'm cool hiding out in my basement for 2 years. I have no problem with it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I stayed in the basement and like my son played guitar and I played drums and we it was cool. It was cool. I think the people that suffered during COVID were people that they lost their jobs, they lost their
Mm,
home, they lost
mm,
their the
mm,
the people that COVID hurt, not
mm.
me. But I don't think I think what you're saying is did the lockdown thing of that whole social distancing and just that whole thing we went through, did that change touring? And
Yeah.
I don't that it has. I don't
Mm,
believe that it did in any way. No.
mm, mm, mm. And I think it's I mean that's this upcoming tour is like really good evidence of that. And actually you guys, the first run of your dates is going to be about half an hour that way from my house. So I live on the Bellarine Peninsula, and you guys are actually starting in a relatively small regional setting. You're doing the Barwon Heads pub down here in Victoria before you move on to the other venues. That's interesting that you guys are starting off with like a regional venue, moving through Australia and then going over to Auckland. It's a bit of a different tour to your usual, just sort of capital city, see you later.
I mean, when we travel that far, that's a long flight.
Yeah.
You're numb and everything. Right. It's a long flight. And so I always tell the promoters, like, look, if there's any kind of halfway decent places to play,
Mm.
I don't really care if they're usually the smaller clubs are funner than the bigger clubs to me they
Yeah.
are. Like
Mm.
saw, uh when I saw Kiss in an arena, okay, what was funner? When I saw Kiss in an arena or when I saw the Germs in a room this big
Oh,
with 100 other people? See, that's what I mean. Those are where the memories are made. And
yeah.
that so if some of these are like smaller cities with smaller venues, I'm gonna be hell yes. That's what I like. Yeah.
Well, the Barwon Heads Hotel is effectively a pub. I mean, it's a big
Oh yeah.
venue, but it's
Good. Well,
no arena.
they can bring me a beer up to my little drum station up there. Yeah. And
That's
maybe some
awesome.
fish and chips while we're at it.
Any particular things you're looking forward to about the upcoming tour, like in terms of anything in particular with Australia or New Zealand touring either place? Is there anything you're like kind of looking forward to or missing or interested in with Australia or New Zealand?
I tend to like it down there. Having been born, on the beach, like,
Yeah,
I grew up 6 blocks from the beach.
I'm
And
about that from the beach myself here.
yeah,
Yeah,
and so
yeah.
I just grew up on the beach, on the ocean, on the water. And in Australia, I feel like a lot of it is the beach culture reminds me a lot of when I used to live in Hermosa Beach. I live in Colorado now. I traded the beach for snow.
Mm,
I don't know what I lost a bet. No, I don't know how it ended up, but here I am in the snow.
mm,
Awesome, right? But because I don't like snow, I hate it. But I miss the beach, and so when I go to Australia, it's kind of like, okay, cool. I I like the coastal air, the way the coastal air feels, and just
Mm.
all. It's natural for me. It's natural for me to go around barefoot. It's natural for me to go around with no shirt on. It's natural for me to just have a kind of that's normal for me. So
Man
I
after
like
my
it.
man after my own heart, I barely wear shoes around this place. And the good thing about that venue is, I mean, if you guys get in early enough for that first date, it's literally pub, roundabout, river, and ocean. You could jump in if you wanted
Oh
to.
wow.
Yeah.
But I understand it's gonna likely be a little brisk when we're there, right? A little
Yeah.
cold.
Yeah,
Yeah.
little. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, we're autumn heading into winter, but the down here in Victoria, I mean, the next continent below us is Antarctica. So yeah, be a little bit nippy, but hey, if you run out of coffee, it'd be a good way to charge up before a show.
Yeah, right. The old everyone's what it's all trendy now to do those cold plunges, the
Yeah, 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 yeah. You could just claim you're doing a punk rock
I
Wim
don't really
Hof.
fancy that, but I mean I'll go in cold water if it's like okay, if it's cold water or no water, I'm going in.
And how are you feeling about bringing along? So you've got a lot of different support bands on the tour. There's a few that are kind of consistent across. Um, how are you feeling about the state of the punk scene in general at the moment? Because people have mixed thoughts on how the punk scene's going live and just in terms of music. What are your thoughts about how the punk scene's going generally at the moment?
Uh I'm I'm tending to like it more now.
Mm,
Uh my my thoughts about it, my interest about it, and my investment in it in terms of spending time looking for new bands. That varies from year to year and
yeah.
decade to decade. But I feel like in the last 5 years, I just everywhere I turn, someone is like, "Hey, have you checked out this band?" And I'm like, "Whoa!" Hey, what about this band? Whoa! And that's how I find out about music is just from friends or acquaintances, or it could even be like I'm in the airport and somebody's got a band T-shirt on, and I go, hey, what's that band? Your shirt? What is that? What kind of music is it? And I go, oh man, you got to check it out. And next thing you know, I got a new favorite band, and it's just I love it. I love it. I think the punk scene has gone through all kinds of evolution and transformation, and there have been times when like with the sports team, when the team is in a rebuilding phase, and then they've got like a strong team. I just feel like there's tons of good bands everywhere I turn right now.
Mm,
But maybe I wouldn't have said that. I might not have said that in 2000 and I don't know 15 or something because I felt like I would turn on the radio and I could go like an hour without ever hearing a guitar. It was
yeah.
all like someone's like Macintosh laptop music, and I don't know. I mean, I think that's a healthy scene. Those kids going there and just dancing for 5 hours to the
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's great. I think it's a wonderful time, and it's very social, and people can meet each other and all that.
Mm,
But I mean, I like to hear real people playing real instruments. I still prefer that.
yeah. Yeah.
So yeah,
Absolutely.
I guess it comes in waves.
It
Um,
does. It does. And I'm looking very much forward to writing the live Descendents punk rock Everything Sucks wave. And I will not be feeling like the album's title after the show. I will be feeling damn excited. So I'm gonna let you head off and give yourself a bit of break from yapping to us journos. But it's been wonderful to have you on the podcast, Bill. Thank you very much. And I'll be seeing you. I'll be seeing you there up on stage doing your thing.
Thank you for having me. What kind of mic is that?
It's just I just bought Audio Technica. I got some like it's a podcaster pack. It's just a
Oh, is
cardioid
it
mic,
is it a
but yeah,
USB mic?
yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah. I was just curious. I have a recording studio, and I just if I see a mic and I can't quite read what it is, but I also don't recognize it either. So yeah.
Audio Technica AT 2020, if you wanted
Oh,
to look
okay.
it up.
Okay, I know that thing. Yeah, a couple of my friends that say, "Hey, I want to start a podcast. What mic am I going to get?" So I literally go to Amazon and go, USB mic, and then I go, "Here you go, get this mic." Because I don't know.
Oh, well, you're a gearhead of all sorts, but I am looking forward to seeing you just going full organic, sticks, cymbals, toms, snare, going for it. So thank you very much for
Espresso.
having us, man. I really appreciate your time with us, and we'll have all the show dates and all that fun stuff up on the link. And I'm looking very much forward to seeing you guys very soon, very, very, very soon, next week, in fact.
Oh, right, like 8 days from now or something.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. That's
crazy.
coming up quick, guys. So grab your tickets because,
Yeah, crazy,
yeah,
crazy, crazy, crazy.
early bird gets the worm.
Okay, well, have a good day.
All right, you too, man. Take it
Thank
easy.
you
We'll
for
see you
having me.
soon, yeah?
Okay.
Cheers. G'day, everyone from the future. Well, from the future's interview. Hope you found that bearable. So, guys, I know it's not the most quality outro, but I just needed to announce a couple of things. So, first of all, I just wanted to give a huge thanks to Bill, who was looking chill. That rhymed. Much the same as myself right now. Just wanted to say thanks also to Chris Marrick of Marrick Media and SBM Presents for helping facilitate both the interview and our upcoming coverage. In terms of coverage, I have a bit of a request. It's a bit of a Hail Mary. I'll put that out on our social media on Facebook. May well have already gone through by the time, may have someone by the time, but for those of you listening or watching in the Geelong slash Southwest Vic area, I'm actually after a gig photographer, and we have a photo pass already covered for coverage. So all I would need from you is a portfolio, an email sent to our email innerstrengthcheckmedia@gmail.com, just with a request for the review and perhaps also some links, say to Instagram or portfolio. From there, it's all been confirmed, locked and loaded, ready to go. I know that's a bit last minute with it happening in 2 days. For those of you who will be joining the Geelong show, it's going to be an exciting one because this is the first show of the tour. Now, speaking of the tour, let's go through it. And I can't profess to be a professional YouTuber and have everything all up in front of me and not look like I'm just reading off a script. So bear with me, podcast listeners. You don't have to worry about that. So, tour dates. As mentioned, they are playing about 15 minutes down the road from my house, and that's a cue for everyone to start sniffing around in a 15-meter radius from Barwon Heads Hotel at Barwon Heads. Funnily enough, Friday, June 5th, you will see myself and the eponymous Mr. Richie Black of Richie Black Photography doing our thing at the Forum in Melbourne. Always love a good forum show. That's going to be a good venue for it. Just on that note, just quickly, it's I've seen a few punk shows there and some thrash and suicidal tendencies, infectious grooves, and it's actually kind of surprising, honestly, how well a punk show fits that vibe. Anyway, spiel over. Let's get to the rest of the dates. Saturday, June 6th, they are flying down to Hobart to play at the Odeon Theatre. Monday, June 8th, they're playing at the Gov in Adelaide. Tuesday, June 9th, they're playing at the Astor in Perth. Thursday, June 11th, at the Roundhouse in Sydney. Friday, June 12th, they're playing in another fancy venue and another kind of fave of mine for my time up there. They're playing at the Tivoli in Brisbane. Hopefully they don't wreck the place like Pennywise and Guttermouth shows did. Anyways, that's my little aside for you Brisbaneites. Be nice to be nice to them. Saturday 13th, they're playing at the Balcony at Coolangatta Hotel on the Gold Coast. Tuesday, June 16th, they are playing at Meow Nui over in Wellington, New Zealand. And for you Kiwis, they've also got one more show. The final show of the tour is Wednesday, June 17th at the Power Station in Auckland. Cheer, bro. So obviously pre-sales have already gone out, but if you still would like a ticket, I would recommend getting in while you can. We'll have links in the show notes. So those links are the general on sale, still up. Unsure about the status of both of those just off the top of my head, but you can check that out at sbmpresents.com/tour/descendants 2026. Now, while I've got you, this is something that I've noticed about Inner Strength Check. This is something I've noticed about coverage in general. I've noticed that there's quite a dearth, a lack of punk representation, both in press releases and just in general media coverage. And as someone very interested in heavy and alternative music, I find that we're covering a lot of a really wide selection of stuff, which is fantastic. But there just seems to be a constant lack of us receiving input for punk stuff. So I'm after zines, promoters, independent labels. If people have suggestions, if people are listening and they are in a punk band, especially particularly Australian punk bands, but I'll take anything really. Um, it is a genre I feel actually quite passionately about supporting the punk scene because it is something that I've noticed promotion wise has kind of taken a dive uh, in comparison to, say, more commercially viable and open things like, we're seeing a lot of post-hardcore tours, we're seeing a lot of metalcore tours, that sort of thing. But punk it's punk, DIY, yada yada yada. Long story short, I would like to promote more punk rock on our show, and I'm going to do that straight away right here. So I had something come in through my radar that was a nice little pushback on on that. So just want to give a shout out to a band called an independent band called US Bastards, who have a release coming out on the 19th of June 2026. And obviously, we are going to have all the show notes, all the details available in the show notes. I'm just going to read a bit of their byline so you get a bit of information about them. I've listened to the new upcoming LP. It's called Negligent. I'm not editing that out. That's funny. Negligent Discharge. There we go. It releases on the 19th of June 2026. So, by the words of the band themselves, in a world full of pleasantries and kiss arsing, US Bastards are neither. A four-piece hardcore punk criminal enterprise from Virginia. Criminal. The band is reformed after a chance meeting in county lockup. Brent and Robbie knew the four members didn't land in the same cell for no reason. It was fate calling them back to life on the road, back to sleepless trips, dungeon whips, gas station speed, and canned meat. New album Negligent Discharge will be set for release June 19th, which also features a bonus track covers of Judas Priest and Motorhead songs. 13 tracks of hard and fast music that kicks the door off its hinges. Best to listen to with a shotgun in one hand and a 40-ounce duct tape to the other. These are anthems for the outcasts among the outcasts. Skip work. Give your neighbour's kids a cig. A cig. Call it a durry, mate. This is full throttle, no brakes, speed rocking crime metal. Full stacks and gun racks packed. These delinquents are coming to your town. Clutch your pearls. US Bastards are back. Great album. And I thought I would feature that just at the end here because there's a very Descendancy flat stick DB charging kind of 2 minutes no bullshit tone to the song. So going to also sneak in some of the press release details for that release. Just as mentioned, I want to support some more international punks. So once again, Aussie punks especially, but international punks, get at me, guys. Innerstrengthcheckmedia@gmail.com. Send us your stuff. We'll promote it. And as always, peace, love, and grindcore. Take it easy, guys.